Welcome back, everybody. It's me. I said I was going to have a video about my camp, and I know it's a little late, but here it is. So, you will not believe what happened to me at this camp. Like, I would never believe that a girl would ever do this to me. But anyway, let's get into the story. So, how this camp was introduced to me. So, my mom knows that I enjoy cooking somewhat, right? So, she constantly asked me for about 2 months if I was interested in going to this cooking camp. And I told her, yes, of course. Just make sure that this camp isn't full of a bunch of cooking amateurs, because I am Lobster, the cooking mastermind. Gordon Ramsay can't even step up to me. My mom responded saying the program director said that they were only letting people in that had cooking experience and people that had shown interest in cooking. So I was cool with that. I was cool with it. I was all right. I was like, all right, cool, bet. But when I got to camp, I was already having a slow morning because I had not been used to waking up before 1 p.m. And the camp started at 8, so there was already that problem going on. So I was already not in the mood. But you know what? That wasn't a big deal because I'm a weeb. I've worked on low sleep in the past. This is an every Saturday thing, you know. But the thing is, at the beginning of camp, where we all introduced ourselves to every other camp member, on G, on baby, I heard someone say, "Yeah, I've cooked once before, and when I did it, I burned my arm." Motherfucker. Now, I understand the camp really couldn't control what kids signed up for camp because they have to trust the children's parents to give an honest, unbiased opinion on their little angels cooking. But come on. Come on. They have cooked one time before this. Now, I'm not saying that my parents are not unbiased at all, but they let me know when my cooking is not it. My dad is brutally honest. My mom is honest, but more nice about it when it comes to my cooking. And my dad is just like brutal honesty. Like me and my dad have that in common. Like just boom, brutal honesty, as subtle as a brick. Now back to camp. So I was already disappointed because I was surrounded by these cooking plebs, but we move. So now everyone has introduced themselves. The couple of people here and there, of course, I'm like one of the only black people, you know, I'm not really surprised though. Everybody's introduced themselves, and now we move on to the cutting course of it. The cutting/cooking course of it. And that made me happy. I was excited because I knew that I was going to be able to keep one of the knives that they gave us. In my household, we needed a few knives because the ones at my household, ours are dull. My household's knives are dull. But don't worry, I'll be sharpening them, which I also learned how to do at that camp. Hey, it's just more and more W's. Now they are teaching us how to properly cut, and the instructions were to hold the knife, your pointer finger, not on top of the knife, and to move the item you're cutting towards the knife. And oh my god, bro, people don't listen. Because I saw this girl holding the kniffy with her finger on top of it and slicing the potato in individual pieces instead of holding them all together and moving them towards the knife and slicing them, which they had just told us to do. Okay. So what you're supposed to do is you slice the potato in half, and then after that, you cut the halves and hold the halves together. Or it might even be quarters. You hold the quarters together, then you slide them towards your kniffy and cut them into equal pieces so they cook evenly. But what the girl in front of me did was cut them in half and not glide the potatoes or bunch them together and slide them. She cut them into quarters or whatever, thirds, and then instead of sliding them together, she had them spread apart and sliced them each individually. Bro, I've never seen something explained so well and executed so poorly in my life. I was actually disappointed. I was outraged. And I mean, what she was doing just made it harder to cut the pieces individually, and just made me upset. This just further pushed my belief on how incompetent my peers were. I was not completely incorrect about that statement. I was not. Now, We move on to the meat cutting section, and this is where the thing with the girl happened and all went down. All right. So I was properly invested in how to maximize my kniffy skills, and they just whip out this fat, juicy, girthy man of a chicken, this raw chicken, dude. And I'm talking raw. Besides feathers, this thing was raw. And like they just put it on the pan, they put it on the little tray they had, and guts started falling out of it. It wasn't bloody, but there were like guts. You could see the liver, the lungs, the heart, everything fall out in the little turkey neck, which you already know people are talking about the turkey neck looking like it's not a turkey neck. But you know what? But we move, and the girl to my left, I noticed something. I looked over and I'm like, hey. I said, hey, you all right? And then she started to weeble, and she started to wobble, and then boom, she passes out, falls on top of me. I catch her like the hero I am. Luckily, I caught her before she hit the floor, and somehow, literally, no one noticed. Like we were in a room full of people, and like there wasn't even a counselor to my left. She was like in front of me to the left. It's hard to explain how the way the table was, and they didn't even notice until I like got his attention. Like, what are the chances? I mean, I think it was pretty obvious the way she was like wobbling, but it was whatever. But I got the counselor's attention. She was all right, but she didn't talk to me for the rest of camp. Uh, I did help her saute onions like once, but like besides that, she was not interested in talking to me at all. Maybe she was embarrassed, but I don't know. I mean, I really don't. That just, dude, like, why? It kind of sucks, man. The rest of camp went over smoothly. I cooked. I won a cooking competition at the end of the camp because I'm great. And yeah, that was camp. Anyway, if you liked this video, subscribe. This is another pre-recorded video, so if you like this type of content, let me know by leaving a like. By the way, a small percentage of you guys are actually subscribed, so make sure you hit that subscribe button if you do like this video. And peace.